Hey, thanks for checking out the new Showit Mobile. I'm Todd Watson, and I'm the CEO here at Showit. I just wanted to welcome you, and I'm excited for you to try this out. I want to start out by talking just a little bit about our philosophy and where we came from and what we're trying to do. When we tried to figure out what we'd do for our mobile solution, one of the things that we didn't want to do was limit the creative potential. And Showit's always been about having that freedom to have your design and for you to have customization and make it look the way you want it to look. So with that in mind, our first iteration of this, we've allowed a new plus site that's a special mobile plus site that you can use to customize the experience for mobile devices at the same time that you can still have that rich desktop experience. Some of those things that you can't take advantage of on mobile. We wanted you to still be able to have the flexibility of doing those things while enhancing it with another design that's custom tailored to exactly what you want for your mobile clients. So for instance, this first site I want to show you is from Renee Clancy, and she took this and she has a great desktop site with background video and it plays all together. And rather than sacrificing all that for a mobile device, what she's able to do is take that design and custom tailor it to this vertical layout with the same navigation. The next example we have here to show you is Emma and Josh Smith. You can see how their navigation is now on the top instead of over on the left, and they moved some of the other elements of their page around so that it creates that nice smooth scrolling between the different areas of their site. And you can see how they didn't have to sacrifice their branding and still maintain that same look from their desktop site on their mobile site. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right into Showit and show you how we get this thing done. Right now in the new Showit, there's a button called Create Mobile Site that it's only going to show up for if you have not created a mobile site. When you click that button, what it's going to do is it's going to be creating a plus site for you that's a special mobile site. Okay, so we'll go ahead and click that button now, and you're going to see it brings up this wizard. You have the option for your the regular plus sites, and now you have these mobile plus sites. Let's go ahead and name that plus site, and you can probably name it the same as your main site. And then we're going to go ahead and choose a subdomain for that. That subdomain is only going to get used for previewing, and then we'll show you later how you can make that map directly to your domain. So now that we did that, we're going to go ahead and open it up. Okay, now that we have that opened up, what's going to happen is it's going to take that site and it's going to squish it like you would see if you previewed this site and squished it. This site happens to be more centered when you make it real narrow, so there's nothing really locked to the top or the bottom. If you had a site that locked things to the top or bottom, you would see that there. But so with this site, what we're going to need to do is go ahead and take that navigation and we're going to move it to the top and then make the text and the other elements just a little bit bigger so they're easier to touch with your finger for a mobile device. So this next section we're going to go ahead and just speed up a little bit so that we can get through. But you can basically see as it's sped up just some of the process of rearranging some of the design, increasing the size of the text, making the buttons a little bit bigger, even focusing on certain things that we think are going to be good for mobile. In this design we're using all the navigation, but we may just choose to focus on certain aspects of it and get it just to a way that we can focus for our pages and how we're going to use it that way. Now that we have our style group all laid out, one thing to mention here on the new settings is that we have a page dimensions over here on the right. And for instance, if you want to make your site a little taller, you could just adjust this to 2000, for instance, and that will make it a little bit longer. Or for instance, if you want to go really long, you can change that to 4000 and go really tall. But this is going to affect all of the pages inside of your style group, so it's something to kind of keep in mind as you're building out your site. We're going to go ahead and stick to 1500 with this one. But then you're also going to see below that you have a few more options for how you want your sides to be colored. So for instance, on previous versions it was always that iPhone linen. Now you can actually choose a background color or solid color, linen, or the tiled image. So if you had an image pattern that you wanted to use in the background for any time that they were scrolling off the screen, you could set that here. For this site, because it's white background, it looks really good with the background color. And the page bottom is just the area that it extends to. You can have an option there. And also, if you want to have a shadow on that area, you can also choose that here too. So these defaults now with the background color and none makes it a little bit more seamless into the page. Now that the navigation is all laid out, the next process is going to be just to go through the pages and lay them out in a way that you feel would work best for a mobile device. You can extend the pages and make them a little bit longer and just optimize that for a scrolling vertical site. Once again, we'll speed this up, but this process is kind of similar. You're really going to want to focus on paring down content, making it specific pages that will be good for mobile, and even swapping out galleries. So you might use thumbnail galleries on your main site, but then you may use HTML5 specific galleries on your mobile site. So now we're done. We're going to go ahead and save this, and then we're going to go ahead and publish this. What that's going to do is it's going to get that out there online. So we're going to go through our normal process to publish. Finish publishing. We just click visit site. Now there you go. There's our site, and you can preview it in your web browser window. Go to my about page, make sure everything looks good. Come back in to show it, and I'm done. So now that I'm ready to make this active, I'm going to go ahead and click on this. Go back to my main site. Now I'm going to go ahead and click publish. We're going to go ahead and click the full publish, and then we'll go ahead and step through these. And when we get to this section on mobile settings, we're going to select this custom HTML5 mobile plus site, and then we're going to go ahead and select that site that we just created. And then when we choose the mobile mode, we're going to choose page match. And what this is going to do is it's going to make it so that when we're loading pages on our main site, if you're on a desktop computer, it loads the default pages, but if you're on a mobile device, it will automatically load the corresponding page from your mobile site, which means that you'll want to maintain the same page names on that mobile site if you're using this option. And this will allow it to load, and when you send links out, depending on whether on a mobile device or a desktop site, you'll be able to see the optimized experience for that page. Now, all your pages don't have to match, but as a best practice, you'll probably want them to stay fairly consistent so that you can have them load either way for both links. And likewise, you have the option to choose whether you want a tablet on a mobile device to actually load this desktop site or the mobile site. You can kind of pick whether you feel like which one is optimized most for that. Once you do that, you're going to go ahead and click through next and publish. We'll go ahead and speed this up, but it just goes ahead and does the snapshots, publishes, and then you are ready to view your site. So go ahead and open that up now. So there you go, there's our desktop version of the site. We'll go ahead and pull up the mobile version of the site. You can see how using that same URL, that Showit-sites, we're getting two different views based on the device. One other thing that you can keep in mind is that if, for instance, you create a new page and you want to add that over to your mobile site, you can go ahead and design that page and then right-click and say copy to plus site, or you can click on this new button up here that's copy to plus site, and it's going to open up the plus site selection, and you go ahead and select that mobile site that you created. And when you copy that page in, it's going to go ahead and bring it in and convert it into that same size format and put it at the bottom here. So when I click on it, I can make any changes. Thanks again for taking some time to learn a little bit about Showit Mobile Sites. We can't wait to see what you're going to do with this. As always, we appreciate your feedback. Hit us up on Facebook, join the Showiteers group, and we hope to be a part of this. Can't wait to see what you guys are going to do.